Not even on. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Dun, 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 dun. No particular reason why I'm doing a live tonight. Just kind of felt like it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna look through some cards tonight. Let me do so on live. Let me do so live. It is an interesting situation that I am trying to boom right there. Let's hit the share button. Copy link. Let's go to the old Instagrams. What's up, Jacob? What'd you pick up, man? I've been doing a little bit of picking up myself. Come on now. We are live. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, we're gonna discard that. What's up, everybody? Not really much going on right now. I'm just trying to I was gonna do some try to find some deals tonight. I figured I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'll go live for a little bit and see what's popping tonight. So not really planned. Very few of my live streams are actually ever planned. Man, a lot of what I do in my life isn't really planned, but let me see, what is where's the little avatar of the chicks in the bikinis that tell you to click on stuff? That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Jesus, man. This. All right, let's go with that one. We'll go with that one. Boom. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Phoenix got Bobo championships. Yeah, Phoenix got Bobo. Man, people sleep on Bobo. Everybody's all jazzed up about Wembanyama, but Bobo's not that much different. He's a little shorter. Jacob says he picked up his good BGS 95 Mint 10 auto 2014-15 Larry Bird auto flawless 3 out of 15 Ruby. That, congratulations on that, my dude. Kevin Quills 7-Eleven 7 level. I was gonna say 7-Eleven 7 level. What's up, man? What's going on? Max happy that Bobo is in Phoenix. Elon, what's happening, my man? No agenda at all tonight. This is all as everything that I do in my life, very fly by the seat of my pants type situation. I was gonna just kind of dig around for some deals on various platforms, and I figured that if I'm gonna do that, I might as well jump on. If I'm gonna be sitting here in front of the computer doing card related activities, Might as well do it. Might as well go live. Might as well go live. Thoughts on the chasing cardboard incident? I did a video on it. Funny enough, I did not. So I did I did a video on it very indirectly. The video where I was talking about how I got scammed for buying in-person autographs from a guy. That one was kind of in the. It was the motivation to do that video was brought on about by the chasing cardboard situation. So I kind of gave my thoughts on that one, but pretty much my take on that one was I don't think Ty really did anything wrong other than relist the card after being told that the authenticity was questionable. That's probably the only thing that I would be like, yeah, maybe he didn't have to do that. But other than that, I think the fact that people are jumping all over him are it's pretty shitty. I know Ty very well. The guy just it's funny. It's always funny to me because like people are like, oh, he's scamming, right? And scammers usually try to take your money. They want your money. They need your money. And Ty's not that guy, believe me. But yeah, I mean, negativity drives views. Sports Card Radio is they're known for that kind of content. And then of course everybody piled on, right? All the minions after that piled on. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, I am on the hunt. Why does it always take off monetizing from my live streams? Anyway, yeah. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with it. And I think the big push, the thing that I was trying to push in that video that I did was personal accountability. Is just like, hey, nobody was putting a gun to nobody's head, to buy anything, right? Like the idea wasn't like you. My whole point in that video was kind of like personal responsibility and personal accountability to like decide like, hey, that card doesn't look right. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. Or, you know what, that card kind of looks kind of funky, but it kind of it probably could be right, man. I'll throw $50 at it to figure out if it's good or not, or whatever. Like you have to make that decision and you have to be accountable for that decision. So yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it. Like nobody's putting a gun to anybody's head, making them buy anything. So that was, I don't know, that was kind of the whole crux of it all. But the next guys always looking for someone else's flaws. If Ty is not that guy, then SCR is the culprit. SCR is the culprit for what? There's no culprit here. I don't know what you mean by is SCR the culprit? Again, in the video that I made, I said that Sports Card Radio is entitled to have their opinions and do their piece, and so is everybody else. I think Sports Card Dad did a piece on it as well. There's different opinions about it. So that's kind of the whole idea of it all. Is that everybody has their take, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of YouTube. Is that now idiots like me have a platform, and we can give our takes and our hot takes and be opinionated publicly. So yeah, that is the beauty of it all. I'm trying to find David Lee auto. 07 to 08, Topps 50th anniversary, David Lee auto for the PC. Love it. I'm actually right now, the majority of what I'm buying is PC. Oh, I got a bit of a confession. Nah, not really a confession, but so I've been holding on to a handful of cards that I need to get graded for a while. So like I have this stack right here, right? Like this is a big old stack. It's about roughly about 75, maybe 100 cards. It's full of like just cards that that I thought to myself, man, if things ever get like below like, get to like a $10, like this is a DeAndre Hopkins rookie card that I want to have graded. Here's a Checo card numbered to 50. Just like little cards that like they're not really worth a whole lot, but man, I would love to have them graded. And it's like here, like a Phil Jackson, Bulls rookie card, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan 50-point club. Like these are all cards that like I have pulled, and like I've pulled like really good examples. Whoa. Easy, fella, easy. And actually, I kind of need to go through this stack again because ever since grading got really stupid expensive, I've been I've purchased some cards like D-Mitch. Here's some Trae Young stuff that I want to get graded. And again, this is all just stuff that like Allen Iverson rookie cards. I mean, this is all stuff that I have sitting here. Like again, literally big old fat stacks, right, of stuff that like I want to get graded. But I'm not paying $20 a card, $18, $20 a card to get this stuff graded. And so I kind of what I've been waiting for is for SGC to drop their prices. I also have a stack over here of cards that I more recently want to get graded. Just cards like let me see here. Where's my other stuff here? Boop. Where is it? Where's my stack? Oh, here it is. So these are all cards that I also want to get graded. These are the ones that I'm kind of willing to pay a few bucks to get graded, right? So like Tom Brady, refractors. This is the, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the mail-in rookie that you got to get. Durant rookie, Giannis rookie, good old Rudy T joint. Anyway, Jamal rookie, Anthony Davis rookie. Anyway, these are all cards that like I would pony up a few more bucks for, but still that $18, $20 range is just not where I want to be. And I strongly don't want to send my cards to PSA. But I am slowly and surely coming up with less and less reasons why I would want to send my cards there. It's getting harder and harder and harder to pick other companies to get your cards graded to. And just recently, and I think the special is over at the end of the month, PSA announced a 80s special. And I have a handful of late 80s Olajuwon cards that are in phenomenal shape that I want to send in. 87, 88, 89. And then as well as I purchased a couple of Jordan. I purchased an 87 Jordan and an 89 starting lineup Jordan card that I'm going to send in to get that I'm sending to get graded as well. But in this case, $15 for PSA grade. If a few of those come in like a 7 or an 8 grade, it's definitely worth sending cards over to PSA underneath that special, that 80s special Hakeem Olajuwon superstars. I got 2 Hakeem Olajuwon stickers. This is 87 Fleer, I think it is. Yeah, 87 Fleer stickers. I got some 87, an 88 Fleer Olajuwon, beautifully centered. This is awesome. I got Deion Sanders, rookie, 89, I think. This is 89, right? Yep, 89. So I got a few 80s stuff. My brother also is a huge Star Wars collector, as you guys know. So he has a lot of 83 Star Wars that he's going to be combing through, that he's ready to pull the trigger on and have graded. So probably going to end up doing a submission to PSA on some of this stuff. And we'll see how it goes. And again, it's getting harder and harder and harder for me to justify sending some of these cards over to PSA if it is cards that I'm sending over that I bought, for example, in like CSG 9.5s, CSG 9s, HGA 9.5s that I got for like pennies on the dollar. And then I'm cracking them and resubmitting them. I was going to crack them and resubmit them to SGC. But again, cracking and submitting them to SGC for $18 a pop versus sending them to PSA for $15 a pop. The gamble of PSA screwing up the grading is a little bit more palatable at $15. So we'll see how it goes. My last submission that I did, didn't do so well. It's when I sent in those cards to get authenticated, and they all came back fake. And that probably had more to do with the fact that they're fake than anything else. But anyway, sorry. There's a handful of folks in here. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Top Choice. What's up, my man? Ziggy's in the house. What's up, dude? John Doe's in the house. Carlisle Rude is in the house. I was gonna go get some CSG cards. We slammed the new CSG $5 each. Didn't sound so bad. Then I realized I was spending about $5 each. Yeah, the whole thing that they're charging to like reslab your cards, it's like that's kind of weird. Cheapest grading company right now outside of the big four. So by big four, I'm assuming you mean PSA, BGS, PSA, SGC, BGS, CSG. Then after that, you would have like all the others, right? Even though I don't like to refer to them as a grading company, I like to think about them in terms of if you're not going with one of those four, I have to assume that you don't care about the slab, right? Like if you're making a conscious decision to not submit with those top four, I have to assume that you're probably grading for the purposes of getting a good idea of the actual grade of your card, as well as you're looking to preserve and protect, which are all valid reasons to get a card graded, by the way. I don't want to invalidate any of those reasons. But if you're doing that for the money, Arena right now will slab your cards for $5 if you send in, I think it's like 50, or if you send in at least 7, they'll do it for $7. Now the thing about them is that you're going to have to slab with them. You're going to submit with them, slab with them. It's going to sit on their marketplace, and then you have to recall them. So there is a fee for recalling it, which I think is like a $10 fee plus shipping. So even if you calculate all that up, and if you're sending at least 10 cards, it comes, I think I did the math the other day, it comes out to like $9.50 or $10.50 a card, which I think right now is the cheapest. Again, if you're looking to grade slab with anybody that isn't the top four, then that's kind of where they got a crazy special going on right now, which is insane. What happened to Taco Fall? I think Taco Fall, if I'm not mistaken, is playing abroad, if I'm not mistaken. Where is he right now? Yeah, he's in China. Shenzhen Flying Tigers. Yeah, he's in unless SGC does $10 a slab, doesn't make sense to send cards to other companies other than PSA. I would tend to agree with that. $10 is it's a bit cheap. But I would say if they get under the $15 that PSA is doing for grading specials at the moment, I would have to agree with that. You are correct, sir. Taco Fall, step by step from Bleacher Report. Did Taco Fall come back? Is he back? Where is he playing right now? Yeah, he's in China. Yeah, he's in China. Okay. Yeah, he's in China. Anyway, yeah, I would tend to agree with that. Yep, Ziggy agrees. I do plan on using SGC for a couple of high-end PC cards, not planning on paying $75 per card through PSA. That's the thing about it, right? Like, so that was kind of my point with some of these cards that I have that I want to send in, right? Like some of these are not, like these are nicer cards, right? Like especially this one, right? This is 1970. This is 68 Rudy T. I'm trusting SGC with this one. I don't want it to go anywhere else. My 90s stuff, man, I don't know why, but PSA tends to be really harsh on 90s basketball. It might have something to do with the fact that Nat Turner is a big 90s basketball fan. And if you look at his card registry, he has monstrous cards. So a little bit of pop control going on there. Speculating, of course. But anyway, Chasing Cardboard fumbled. They're going to there's worse going on in the hobby type of, but it's still vouch for him. Agreed, 100% agreed. The relisting, I think, was probably the one thing that everybody's clinging on to. And I think admittedly he admitted that was probably not the best thing to do. To his point that he made in the video, he has I actually I don't even think it was him. It was Mike from Bench Clear that made the video. He has someone that lists all of his stuff for him full time. He hired a guy full time. So I think there may have been some miscommunication there. Not by any means, you know, a like an excuse, but you know, there's operational inefficiencies sometimes that tend to muck things up like that. But anyway. At what age does personal accountability start? It's at the moment that you have autonomy over your own money. So that's kind of what I think. Jason Hires, long time no see. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Yes, sir. Happy to be back. Again, I was gonna jump on today, and I was gonna jump on and kind of do some searching, digging around, and looking at cards and whatnot. Sunday nights is when I tend to find some pretty good deals, and then I was gonna make some deal offers, and in Arena, kind of seeing what kind of trades I can do. But, yeah. So you see, this is where you're being messy, Ziggy, because you know that they don't do that. They don't authenticate autos. That is your gripe with them. That they don't authenticate. Are you using PSA's 80s discount to sub? Yes. So that's kind of the thing. I'm hoping my hope here is that they are a little bit more forgiving with 80s cards, because they are rough on 90s cards. And then again, I mean, I say that they're rough on 90s cards, but then at the same time they have, 90s was junk wax era. Print machines were probably not being calibrated properly, and just print quality and quality control was probably absolute dog shit back then. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But my brother actually did a really great job of pre-screening all of his cards that he sent in. He had a massive submission that he did on his Star Wars collection, in an effort to build an entire collection at a PSA 8 for the 83 Star Wars first series, which I think he's almost close to finishing. He might already be finished. I don't know. I think he's missing maybe 2 or 3 cards. Let me ask him, because now I'm curious. Star Wars PSA 8 collection. He's almost done. He's definitely almost done. Anyway, So yeah, so hopefully we get some stuff there. Padawan says $5 specials. Yep. I'll never sell or grade on Arena, but I'll make a low offer and crack Arena. Yep, that is a viable solution. I've actually already acquired a few PSA 10 cards on Arena. In the podcast yesterday, I mentioned that I am going all in on the young Lando Norris from F1. Those of you who are familiar with F1, the young Lando Norris. I think the kid is supremely talented. And we'll see what. So anyway, I hit on Arena, and I got a pretty good deal on a couple of stuff there. I'm still hoping Kostas Antetokounmpo gets his bearings. Man, that's hard to live in that shadow, huh? That's hard to live in that shadow. Yes, that Rudy T is dope. I'm very excited about that one. That was actually a gift from my boy Peter over in Australia. And speaking of Australia, my man Global in the house. What's up, bud? Taco is in the summer league. That's why he's coming up. Again, man, these big men, right? These big men, long stretch shooters, you know, a la Dirk Nowitzki. They're popular. Listen, there is reports out there from a basketball standpoint that gosh, what is the kid's name? It's not Pokuševski. The kid that hurt his the kid that hurt his foot trying to block LeBron James in like a Drew League game. What was his name? It's 2021-22 NBA draft. You guys tell me what his name is. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You guys know who I'm talking about. What's the kid's name? The kid that Chet Holmgren. Okay. By all accounts, Mr. Chet Holmgren has been having some Mexican supplements. All right. Mexican supplements. You guys know what I mean. And the kid has put on, they say, about 20 pounds of lean muscle, right? Padawan, I'm horrible with names, by the way. So I have a very bad, I'm horrible with names. Great with faces, horrible with names. That's why I'll never be a good salesman. But anyway, Chet, yeah. So he apparently he is packing on the pounds, in all the right places and in all the right ways. So be on the lookout for him to put up some serious numbers. Give me Oscar over Lando. Padawan, I agree. I think Lando is we're gonna go F1 here for a second because I'm in the mix now. I agree. My cousin is a humongous Piastri fan. And last week, I was screaming for Lando. He was screaming for Piastri. Unfortunately, he just had that dog in front of him in Hamilton, so he wasn't able to take P3, but that would have been dope. P1 Verstappen, P2 Lando Norris, P3 Oscar Piastri. That would have been amazing. But it speaks also to the upgrades that McLaren brought to the table, because the week before, I think Lando was 4th or 5th, P4, P5 with the upgrades because they gave them to him first. And then the next week, home race for Piastri or for Lando, and the kid gets P2. Was just awesome. Anyway, Danny Rick is back. I am so pumped about that. It's in an AlphaTauri, but still just happy that he's back on the grid. I don't think F1 is the same without him. And this is coming from somebody who's only started watching since the 2018 season. So, but anyway, yeah, absolutely. So McLaren absolutely did everything that they could to get that kid. Oh, that's right. That's right. Danny Rick's Aussie. Yeah. So it's exciting, man. He really impressed the hell out of Helmut Marko when they were doing the tire testing for Pirelli. And Helmut was like, "Sorry, De Vries, you gotta go, baby." we're putting Danny Rick in the AlphaTauri, so that's pretty dope. I don't know. It's going to be good. I can't wait for next year. For next week, in Hungary, it's going to be good. So we'll see. We'll see what old Honey. Let me tell y'all something. And those of you who know F1, you know what I'm talking about. If Danny Rick puts that AlphaTauri, two things. If Danny Rick out qualifies Checo in an AlphaTauri, Checo's in trouble. If Danny Rick puts that AlphaTauri in the points, there is going to be some serious firestorm for Danny Rick. It's going to be amazing. But he's going up against Yuki. You're absolutely right, Padawan. He's going up against Yuki. Yuki is a beast. That kid is definitely outperforming that AlphaTauri, so we'll see how it goes. I love F1. Checo is in trouble regardless. I don't think they're renewing his contract for 24. They just have way too many options. I think that they put Danny Rick in that AlphaTauri as a baseline to see how well Yuki is doing. Because if he can still outperform Danny Rick in the same car, then that's a huge boost for Yuki's future. And it's ultimately going to land him Checo's spot while they continue to allow Verstappen to be the dominant force that he is. And then once Checo is out of that seat, they're going to bring in Yuki, and then they're going to start grooming some of these younger kids that they have in their racing academy right now through AlphaTauri, using Danny Rick as a sort of a gatekeeper and kind of a baseline to see how well they do. As long as they can, because I'm guaranteed somebody else is going to snatch up Danny Rick, and it's going to be great. Anyway, Crawford all day. I got Crawford all day. Huge boxing fan. I got Crawford. It's going to be a great fight, I think. But I got Crawford. What's going to be interesting is the Canelo fight. Who did he just? What's the guy's name? He was supposed to fight Bivol next, but he's not. He's gonna fight somebody else in PBC. He just cut that deal with Charlo. There you go, Charlo. One of the Charlo boys. He was supposed to do it with one of them, but then he's got to do it with the other one, I think, or something like that. Something's going on. I typically try not to get too excited about boxing until the deal is done, right? And then I can start getting happy about fights and whatnot. So we'll see kind of how that runs out. Yeah. You hitting the national? I am not, sir. I wish I could. Timing was just too bad on this year for me. We got way too many trips going on. We just got back from a family vacation in Florida, and then I have another trip that we're taking to LA in a couple weeks. No, in a month or two. And then after that, I got another one in November, and then we're probably going to go somewhere in December. So it's like, just couldn't do it. Could not do it. Let's see who else we got in the house. Who we got in the house? Jay Wilson in the house. What's up, man? Sports card homie. I am. I just like Crawford, man. I mean, if that was the case, it's gonna be tough because like when the Charlo boys fight, I mean those guys are straight from Houston, so that's gonna be a tough one either. This is gonna be a tough one too. Come to the Cali National Burbank show. When is that one happening? Oh, that's actually gonna be. Oh, no, I'm going in September. So did I say August? My bad. I'm going in September. Late September, early October. So yeah, I won't be there for that. That might not be a bad one to go, just a little weekend trip though. August 31st to September 3rd. August 31st. Let me see when that is. Yeah, that's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, that might not be bad. That'd be kind of cool. I got people in California, so I got somewhere to stay, which is cool. Burbank Card Show. Tickets now available. I want to do some more shows. I really want to do I really want to do some more shows. I don't want to be the guy that's kind of like blocking everybody while they're trying to, walk through, and this guy's like being a dickbag trying to film and shit like that, getting content. I just want to document it and kind of walk through and do all that stuff. So I'm trying to find a couple of other good cards. So I had a John Stockton that I was going to send in this Fleer. I'm in this 80s submission that I was going to do. I was also going to send in a Reggie Miller, but I have since found both of those cards in PSA 8s that I got for essentially the cost of grading. So not really too worried about that anymore. So that's kind of a couple things that I didn't get, that I wasn't looking at getting graded anymore. So we'll see how that goes. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pick up a couple of late 80s Jordan items that I think are potentially overgraded. Michael Jordan, Brandon, thank you for that super chat, man. I appreciate it. Michael Jordan is absolutely the GOAT, and anybody that disagrees. Oh, speaking of that, there is no way that you can sit here and tell me that LeBron James is any type of GOAT after what he said at the ESPYs. That was the biggest, his speech at the ESPYs was so fake and cringy and clingy. He was trying to make an announcement that nobody cared about. I'm like, what? Oh, you don't have to like me. You probably hate me, but you're gonna respect me. And I have a lot to give the game, so I'm not gonna retire. It's like nobody gives a shit, dude. Nobody thought you were gonna retire in the first place. You're such a please love me whore that nobody cares anymore. It's just stupid. I don't know. That's the guy that you guys call your GOAT. Those of you who are LeBron lovers, that's your guy. That's your man's. That's him. That's what you're hanging on to. You're hanging on to that, right? The guy who calls himself a GOAT, the guy who tells his family to call him the GOAT. Really? That's the guy? That's who you want? That's who you want representing your era of basketball? Really? Come on, man. Oh, and listen, Jay, my brother. I wish, you know what? I'm gonna say I wish, but I'm probably gonna start another channel. It's just gonna be strictly basketball chat. I got buddies that I how me, you, and JD chat all day. I got buddies that we chat basketball all day long, and those guys are the most hilarious people I know. I've known them for 20 plus years. So anyway, I want to do some more of that stuff, but man, that no flop rule, or that flop rule that gets a technical. Brandon, again, thank you very much for that, man. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it. It's insane that I want to watch his numbers and his stats this year when that flop rule comes out, because man, it is just getting egregious. Don't get Panini retail. I'd rather, you're saying that, dude, but I just did a video today. I ripped some select. Here's the thing, man. I'm with you, Padawan. I hate Panini. I hate Panini retail. I think it's dog shit. I think it sucks. It's too expensive on a mega box and a blaster box retail at Walmart. I spent $90. That is insane. $90. $90 used to be the price of a hobby box. I spent $90 on that, and that was insane. And I got some good stuff. I got some good pulls. The problem is that I am stuck because my Rockets have been very heavy in the draft these last few years. I'd say from 2020 to present time. And I want, my PC is Houston Rockets PC stuff. It's like my main thing. And if I want to gather a collection like that, I have to open some wax. I want rookie cards. I mean, I could buy them, but then I also like ripping too. I'm stuck, right? I'm just absolutely stuck. So, Revolution hobby is you're talking about actual like Revolution. Let me see. Panini America. Those Revolution boxes going for. Another thing that we're not talking about either when it comes to Panini is UFC and WWE. There are some WWE cards that have made some serious, brought in some serious cash, some serious prices. Oh man, these boxes aren't that cheap. Let's see. Let's look. Let's take a look. Share screen. Yeah, I would buy singles, but I'm a degenerate. I like to rip. So here's what they got going on Basketball Chronicles. Why, my boy? Why? Only 2 autographs? They better be selling this for like $79.99. Choice. Only 8 cards. That's all you're getting for $350. And my boy Jabari. Paulo Banchero. Oh, you know what? I pulled a Banchero today. And a color match at that, which was awesome. Paulo Banchero. Look at that Banchero, baby. Oh, come on. Look at that Banchero. It's base, but it's mine. I also pulled this little Luka. Orange Flash Luka, and then I pulled, where is my Cracked Ice Jovic? Here it is, Cracked Ice Jovic. Boom. A little Cracked Ice Jovic right there. Anyway, so let me see. Let's see what's going on here with this. Panini Prism Choice NBA trading cards. Yeah, $349 for 8 cards. Good luck with that. $195 for a fast break box. 1 autograph and 18 inserts or Prism parallels per box on average. Interesting. $195 contains 9 cards per pack, 10 packs per box. That's actually not the worst deal I've ever seen on this website. I'm looking for Revolution. I see Revolution WNBA. You must be just talking about Revolution in general, though. I think these are the biggest ripoff. These right here, these Panini 1-in-1, biggest ripoff. I don't know why people rip those. They are not bringing in the prices that you think they should be bringing in. They are just not bringing it in. Mosaic is now, damn. This is 21-22. Wow, that's interesting. Per box on average, you get 11 prisms, 1 autograph, 11 prisms, 5 inserts, and 1 rookie variation. $179, man. They must not be able to move these things at all. H2 boxes I've always thought were pretty good. They did in the 2019-2020 Hoops Premium. They didn't have a hobby. They had the hobby hybrid, the H2. Those are pretty fun to rip as well. They got blasters on here. Why do they sell blasters on here? I thought blasters were retail exclusives. Anywho, cereal box. What's okay? Anyway, yeah, they're gonna have to start selling the crap out of these Chronicles. These things are peg warmers in stores. Just loaded up on Taco on Star Stocks, 10 cents, 30 cents a pop. Not a bad idea, man. Not a bad idea. Let's see, man. We got some new folks in here. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Hey, I appreciate that, Brandon. Thank you, man. I appreciate the love, man. Watch the next live video. What you just said, I agree. I'm going to play Mario Go-Kart. Oh, hey, not bad. Look up, Jason, do me a favor. Look up Beerio Kart. Beerio Kart. That's a fun game to play. Jake is in the house. What's up, man? They're dope WWE cards that they absolutely are. There absolutely is a lot of high dollar stuff. Yeah. Ripley Select looks awesome. Revo is 90 on DA. Oh, really? What is it? David Adams or whatever? What's it called? Let me see. Let's get out of here. Dave and Adams. Yeah, let's see what they got. Shop. Let's see what they got. What they got going on. What they got going on. Shop basketball. Let's go. Dang, they still got 1920. Those are hangers, hanger boxes. Dang, man, some of this stuff. Look at this. 274. Oh, that's retail. Okay. Still from 9. Boy, look at that fall from grace. From $900 to $274. Eesh. What do they have here hobby wise? Do they got anything hobby wise? There's a case of Chronicles for $1,800, $1,100. Why would anybody ever pay for that? Contenders hobby is still $700, my man. Why? Who is left in the 2019-2020 class that's worth that? That's not even worth it, man. Origins H2. I'd like to hear more regarding the person that you bought the in-person NBA autos. That Mark, what would you like to know, man? I'm an open book. I'll ask the questions, brother, and I will answer. You can get a full optic hobby for less than $300 right now. Damn. Guess NBA Chronicles might be the last set before the new class. So rumor is that that Topps is going to be sending out an NBA product next season for the 23-24 season. So that's going to be interesting. Court Kings is always a good one. I think Court Kings is like the most underrated box that's out there. I love their designs, just like everything about the way that they do Court Kings is pretty dope. Pretty dope stuff. Grading at the moment. Who are we sending them to, and who are we not sending to be graded? Tweakin. First time I see that name here. You will find that I have a very I have my preferences, but it all depends on why you want to grade. Like why it all depends on what my policy on grading is grade according to your goal, right? Like what's your goal? Is your goal to add value to a card? Do you have a high-end card that if it grades well, it can potentially be substantially worth more, 10x, 20x, 100x, whatever? Are you looking to preserve? Are you, there's just so many variables. But I hate to give you such a political answer, but that's really the way I look at it. I mean, because I send cards everywhere. I've sent to SGC, I've sent to CSG, I've sent to PSA, I've sent to HGA, I've sent to TGT, I've sent to Arena, I've sent to everywhere that you can think of. I have no allegiance, and everybody has their individual pieces, The cards in questions are Jordan's That's still very broad. To be safe, I would say, if you're going Jordans, and you want to add value, definitely PSA. And if they're 80s Jordans, 86, 87, 88, 89, right now PSA's got a $15 special that just cannot be beat, unfortunately. So yeah, there you go. Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I try to be rational, at least, in the way I think about things. One thing I can guarantee, BGS is not the answer. Absolutely, BGS is not the answer. BGS is not the answer. But yeah, if it's Jordan and you're definitely dead set on grading it, PSA. PSA is where I would go. You're dead set on grading, you're dead set on adding value, PSA all the way. They have mega boxes on here for, I took this off. They have mega boxes on here for $74. 4-card mega box. Case of Eminence for $28,000. Once again, don't know why anybody would spend that much. Hoops. Here we go. Hoops premium set. Retail box, 24 packs is $149. That's not bad. Y'all know I'm a sucker for hoops. I'm an absolute sucker for hoops. I'm an absolute sucker for hoops, and I'm an absolute sucker for this box in particular. This is a 12-pack cello box. Under $100, $89 for this box that contains 12 packs. And I believe each pack contains 15 cards. So, like, that is just, I might even, God, I don't want to, but I might pick up a box of that. That is just really cheap. Really cheap stuff. And listen, you're talking about 2019, 2020, right? So rookies that are maybe 3 years in the mix now, where you're going to kind of expect them to where they have, like, that class is shaken out, right? Like you already kind of know. The other thing too, you kind of already know where they sit skill wise in terms of being NBA players. The cream is kind of starting to rise to the top in terms of the draft classes, but more importantly, teams who have realized that these players are assets, right? There are actually assets. They have either risen in value or fallen in value. And if they have risen in value, chances are the team has done one of two things. They're either putting them in that primary lineup, or they have evaluated them and decided that they are good enough to be on the bench, secondary players, things like that, role players or whatever. So their roles are clearly established, or they have established them as assets that they are now trading to be sent to other teams. And when a team trades for a player, like specifically targeting a player to bring to their teams, chances are they have a meaningful role for that player that 9 times out of 10 is a greater role in terms of minutes than where they came from. So it ends up being a really good opportunity for a seemingly unknown rookie who has great potential to really take that next step. And I think the 2019-2020 season right now is kind of prime for all of that. And subsequently, $99 for what is essentially a hobby box, a hybrid hobby box. These cards just look fantastic too, man. Like the shimmers and they're just good looking cards, man. Good looking cards. My favorite set, I think, of modern. I'm gonna say. Some people might not agree with that, but I think it's the best looking set, and that's because I love hoops. And then they just kind of punched it up a little bit. They churched it up a little bit, as we like to say. Look at this, a mega box, and I keep taking it off of here. A mega box case of 20 mega boxes is $1,000. And these mega boxes were huge because they were 80 cards per mega box, which was interesting. T-Mall is also $100. Some good deals to be had here, folks. Good deals to be had. Also, the first year of Mosaic. Okay. Here's the other thing that I like about NBA Hoops Premium, and then I'll get off the premium bandwagon here. It is the only year they did it. The only year is a one-time shot. One-time shot. That's it. They did it 2019, 2020. They never did it again. And I don't know why. It was a great product. It's a great product. I loved it. It was a great product. But they never did it again. Never did it again. As opposed to Mosaic, they did it and then they continued it and then they brought it into football. And then I also think they brought it into UFC as well. Also soccer, Mosaic, they brought into soccer as well. Anyway, first year of Mosaic was 2019, 2020. Anyway, all right, I'll get off my soapbox here. Yeah, if you're already in the group, if you're in the mix, man, please hit the like button. What's premium stock going for? Sorry, Jake. I think I went through that just now. Stop looking at 2019 trash class now. But Padawan, I mean, like you say trash class, right? But I feel like they're on that precipice, right? Like they're in that year 3, year 4 transitioning precipice, right? Where like we know who's who, right? Jake, I agree. Premium stock. Hoops, zero value in my opinion. It depends, right? Depends on how you look at it. I have a special sentimental attachment to hoops. So for me, the value is sentimental. However, it is, if you time it correctly, the first product that is put out there with the professional jerseys. So, I mean, technically you're getting, the first rookie cards, the first official. Get to do it for Jay. Do it for Dale. I opened so much damn hoops last year. I put together over 10 complete sets. Yeah, I did too. So I opened a lot too, and I put together a complete set. And then once I put together the complete set, I get a handful of the rookies that I want. I kind of shut it down, I kind of shut it down. I don't care what it's worth. It's a great looking set. Agreed. I pulled a Cade Cunningham red ink auto to 25. That is a slamming card to have out of hoops. Exactly, man. Exactly. The NBA autos, I have a vague memory of you telling the story. The person in a prior video, maybe it was Card Hedge podcast. It was something like the person worked behind the scenes at games. Okay, yeah. So Mark, what Mark's talking about here is my my scam debacle. I got scammed. I bought a bunch of on card autos. So the guy posted a few Hakeem Olajuwon autos on an Hakeem Olajuwon centric Facebook group. And the autos look great. Since then, oddly enough, I reposted the pictures to that same group, just the autos, and I got a mixed bag. Like some people, because I posted 3 pictures, and some people were like, well, the first 2 look good. That third one looks kind of funky. And then some people were like, well, the last 2 look good. That first one looks kind of funky. And then some people were like, well, 2 of them look good, but that middle one's kind of funky. Like, so there was, it was a kind of a mixed bag of things. Anyway, I saw them. I thought them to be good. And then he mentioned, that I believe it was his uncle, worked as a producer of some sort for TNT behind the scenes. So he subsequently had a lot of Charles Barkley autos, a lot of Shaquille O'Neal autos, things like that. And then as they were able to, or as he was able to, he would actually go to the games and do some of the broadcasting production and things like that. So he was able to get some of the players. That's how I bought the John Morant auto. That's how I bought the Steph Curry auto and things like that. And so what really got me was, and this is why I still kind of feel iffy about all of this, is and the guy that I spoke to secondarily might have been in cahoots with the guy. I don't know. If he was, then they played just an elaborate scheme. Kudos to them. But he had 3 cards that were, he sold the guy 5. There's another guy that dealt with the same seller, sold him 5 cards total. He sent all 5 to PSA. 3 of them got authenticated. 2 of them didn't. The 2 that didn't, he sent those to BGS, and those got authenticated. So I think that bit of information and that conversation that I had with that guy kind of sealed the deal for me. And I was like, all right, this, I feel a lot better about all this. So then I just went ahead and bought the cards, and then sent them off. So that's kind of the story there. But yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see what it is. But again, tying it back to, I think somebody was asking a question about my thoughts on the chasing cardboard situation with Ty, is that I took a personal accountability and a personal, like, I took a gamble, right? Like, I knew what I was doing, right? I knew that in buying these cards, I did as much due diligence as I could. I felt about as good as I could have about the situation. I paid a price that I felt was in line with the risk that I was taking, and if this would have worked out and paid off, like, it would have been like it would have been great. But where this ties into that Ty and chasing cardboard situation is that I took it upon myself to do that, right? Like, I took it upon myself to buy the cards knowing the risks. And anytime you're buying an unauthenticated auto, that is essentially what you're doing. So it's kind of chicken shit to, like, buy a card online of your own device. Nobody's putting a gun to your head. The card wasn't necessarily it wasn't advertised as authentic. There was no COAs. There was nothing that says that, hey, this is a real auto. It's an unauthenticated auto, and you need to be educated when you're doing that kind of stuff. You need to at least understand what it is, right? So that's kind of the reason why I did the video the second time around. But that is the story behind that. CGC folding TCG and sports card together will inflate their overall numbers now that everything is under one pop report. Yeah, that is true. But at the same time, I mean, it was always the same thing operationally. They weren't doing anything different. It's the reason why their label was all weird. If you look at the label of a CSG, like, it's kind of fat, and I mean, it's kind of tall. It's because they were just recycling the same label from the TCG CGC slabs. They just decided to get into the sports card grading business for whatever reasons. But yeah. Yeah, I agree, Jay. In hindsight, right? Monday morning quarterback, I totally agree. But again, at the time, it was like, this is kind of cool. Would you defend Jeff Wilson the same you defend Ty? I feel like it's all about who is the target of the drama. Some guys are Teflon in the hobby. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily defending Ty. I think what I'm doing is saying that there's also another side to the story that requires some accountability as well, and some taking some onus on their end as well. So I'm not sure what you mean by defending Ty. I'm not necessarily defending him. I've said all along that I think the one thing that really screwed him was the relisting, right? I don't fault him for buying it. I don't fault him for listing it. I don't fault him for putting it up there for sale. And I don't fault him for selling it. The only thing that I have one issue with would be the relisting. It's like, all right, well, you probably shouldn't have relisted it, but but I think that's what everybody's clinging on to, right? Like, everybody's clinging on to, like, oh, but he relisted it. He's a scammer. It's like, well, okay. I mean, like, again, anytime Sports Car Radio gets his dick hard about something and jumps on it, like, everybody tends to, like, feed off the teat. But yeah. CGC always had a combined number. If you look at PSA, over 50% of their slabs on a monthly basis are TCG. Yeah, they are doing absolute numbers. PSA is. It's funny. I was having a conversation. We had dinner with my brother yesterday, and as you guys know, he's the owner of Collect 3D, who makes all these wonderful display cases here. By the way, it's like quick little plug there from a bro. Anyway, and he was telling me that he rarely sells a case from any other company other than PSA. PSA is primarily the largest case that he sells. It is his best seller. Sources over. I think Ty's getting a lot of blame because of his messages to SCR through eBay afterwards and his community post about trusting his sources over Beckett authentication services. Yeah, that's my point. He's getting flack for that, and that's why he relisted it. Right? He relisted it because of that. So that's why he's like, Could you see you live online again? Sorry to hear about you, Kim Elijah. I got called. It's all a chance and gamble. We take. No one's to blame. Yeah, absolutely. No one is to blame. That is the key to all of this. No one is to blame but ourselves. No one is to blame but ourselves. Completely agree. On hand stocks. Dun dun dun. No one is to blame. Personal accountability. That's all I was trying to drive. A little personal. Has anyone ever received a likely authentic? Mike, I was actually having a chat with another hobby friend of mine. I think it was with my boy Peter, where we were talking about just that very thing. I don't think anybody has. And this whole idea of being able to give an assessment off of a picture, like a JPEG picture, is kind of weird in and of itself. No one's even clearing 100K a month right now. I think SGC this month was on pace for like 80 something. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Nobody's even sniffing close to that. No one is sniffing close to that. And it's insane. Absolutely insane. Just got back, rough grade, need something. Oh, somebody sent me something here. Yeah, so anyway, that is true, Jay. I did not consult with the normal people that I consult with. It's kind of on a whim decision. Oh, so my brother did complete his PSA 8 collection. Very nice. Very nice. Do you like Hoops Holiday? I did like Hoops Holiday whenever they were actually putting the real pieces of the sweater inside the cards. That was cool. But then when they stopped, when like all of the inserts and all of the relics were, not what's the verbiage? Is not authentic or not associated with any specific player, game, or event. Like it just the reason to do all that just kind of went out the window, in my opinion. I'm just sitting here enjoying all my ungraded comments. I'm assuming you meant ungraded. Never had any desire to grade my stuff, Jake. That is a luxury that you enjoy, my friend. Good on you, man. Good on you. I wish I could do the same thing. Bush Leaguers 75. What's up, man? Went over to Sports Card Dad live stream last night and told him you called him out. She's trying to stir something a month ago. I did not call him out. First of all, let's get that clear. I was very explicit when I said that I felt that Sports Card Dad. Let me adjust my shorts here. The Sports Card Dad was wholly entitled to his own opinion about, because I think his entire thing was that you should not be selling those cards at all, right? And I think that's I don't agree with that. I think that you should be able to sell whatever the hell it is that you want to sell within the guidelines of eBay's agreements. So I disagreed with that point when it comes to what Sports Card Dad was saying. But other than that, I just disagreed with what he's saying. I wouldn't necessarily call him out, but yeah, thanks for thanks for stirring the pot there, Bush League. Appreciate it. I should have flick card because full protection at 7. Yeah, there's some people Padawan that do that. They're looking for the protection, the preservation. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that PSA slabs offer any UV protection. I could be wrong there. But I don't think they do. I don't think their new slabs are UV protectant. And I don't know how many of them actually are. I think CSG has UV protection. That is a good question. Who offers UV protection? I'm looking at my slabs over here. I know PSA doesn't. I know Arena does. I know their slabs are UV. Yeah, I don't know. Mike, how do you feel about the Rockets getting Brooks and Van Vliet? There is a saying that I really like. Well, I'll tell you a story. I won't tell you a story, but I'll reference a story. At one point, Michael Jordan was accused of having a gambling problem. Right? There was people that were telling him, "You have a gambling problem, Michael Jordan. You gambled last night $100,000 at a casino. You have a gambling problem. You like to play golf for $1,000 a hole. You have a gambling problem." And Michael Jordan said, "I don't have a gambling problem." He said, "Would you call somebody that goes to the casino and spends $100 at the casino? Would you say that that person has a gambling problem?" And the guy said, "No." And he goes, "Okay, well, to me, $100,000 is like $100. So I don't have a gambling problem." So I say all of that to say that the Rockets right now have a shit ton of money to spend. A shit ton of money to spend. We have so much cap space, it's not even funny. So I think that between Coach Udoka and our GM, who went to the school of GMing, he went to the Daryl Morey School of GMing, which I'm pretty happy about. I think that they got together and they decided what they needed in terms of production and talent and numbers, and they were looking for very specific skill sets. And then they decided, well, we're going to target very specific players that have those very specific skill sets that we're looking for, and very specific criteria that we want that player to meet. And then we're going to go after them. And then we're going to pay whatever it costs to bring them in because we have a plan, right? That's what I think they did. And they found that in Van Vliet, and they found that in Dillon Brooks. And so I think they went after them. And I think that Van Vliet and Brooks both said, hey, this is what I need. And the Rockets said, yeah, that's not a problem. We got it. It's not a problem. So I think they're going to be both. I think Van Vliet is a no nonsense type of guy. If you watch the Pivot podcast, they had a great interview with him. After that interview, I feel a lot better about who he is as a player, and probably now understand a little bit more the reasons why they were so adamant about getting him. He is going to be the structure guy. He is going to be the floor general. He's going to be the locker room glue for these young guys, and that's exactly what they need. And then Dillon Brooks is just like a more subdued version of a Pat Beverly. He's going to be the junkyard dog. The guy plays amazing defense. I mean, he shot his mouth off at LeBron James, and LeBron James lit him up like a Christmas tree. And, that's what happened. But I think he's going to come in this season with a whole lot to prove. And they gave him a shit ton of money. But I think what everybody is like, if we would have gotten Van Vliet and Brooks for like, say, 30% less, everybody would have touted it as like one of the greatest moves in the offseason. So, we'll see how that goes. But, as a Rockets fan, and also if you look at the way their contracts are structured, they're not very heavy contracts in terms of long term. Like, we have some players that are like babies, right? Like if we can develop some of these guys, they're going to be great. And so, by the time it comes time to either pay some of these young kids or trade them away, the options are going to come up on both of those guys' contracts. And so I think they structured it in a way that was team friendly. Yes, we had to pay them a lot of money up front, but we also have a lot of cheap guys on our roster that are extremely talented, and I'm happy about that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's kind of my thing. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep picking up Rockets rookies. I'm gonna keep stacking up on Şengün slabs. And just keep doing that thing. We'll see how that goes. I have quite a bit. Şengün. These are all my Şengüns. Number Şengün slabs. I got Şengün PSA slabs. I'm just stacking up on Şengün. I love that kid. I think he has a bright future. If it's not with the Rockets, it's definitely with somebody else. But Udoka already said that he loves that kid and that he's going to make him the center point of the offense. And as we all know, what happens when you have a substantially high IQ big man running your offense through him. I don't know where you heard that, Padawan, but word here in Houston is that they're going to start running the entire offense through Şengün, and that he has not only grown 3 inches over the summer, which I don't know how the hell he did that on those Turkish supplements, I guess, but also put on some good muscle, and the kid's ready. Been working with Akeem Olajuwon on his footwork. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Let me see. What time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock my time. What is everybody picking up? What is everybody picking up? Oh, come on. Brook Lopez, really? Brook Lopez? That guy is like one bad pivot twist away from shattering his knee. That's at best he's going to be a backup guard. There's no way that there's no way that that's going to happen. That even if they do pick him up or come after him, it's not going to matter. Yeah, he's got a super high ceiling. I love that kid's game. Love him. I thought you lived in Houston. I'm 4 hours north of San Antonio. 4 hours north of San Antonio. Damn, you're like damn near Panhandle, huh? Yeah, I'm in Houston, Texas. Bush League's picking up 1985 Transformers. What's the thought there? Bush League 1985. Oh, robots in disguise. Who produced that? Oh, that's Hasbro. That's straight up Hasbro. Yeah, those are pretty dope. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I can dig that. 1985 Hasbro, yeah. Oh, I'm horrible with names. Who was I thinking about? Brook Lopez. Yeah, I was thinking about that. That's what I was talking about. I was talking about Brook Lopez. Yeah, I'm horrible with names. I am horrible with names. Absolutely horrible. Let's go Şengün. You guys know that Select didn't make a Şengün courtside at all? If you look at the situation, I was kind of upset about that. Ending soonest. Let's see what kind of deals we can snatch up. Yeah, that's not $100 card. Even in a PSA 10, that's not $100 card. That's an interesting one. 1 day 22. Okay, so this is not even. Orange fluorescent to 25 and a PSA 10. That's interesting. Did you guys see? Speaking of soccer, Joshua, did you guys see that Lionel Messi was able to actually go to a Miami supermarket to buy groceries and was not mobbed? It's like, come on, man. Like, they're making us look bad out here, you know? Like Americans in soccer, it's like, really? Nobody gave a shit about Lionel Messi? It's just like, wow. All right, cool. 1999 Hollow FX time. That's all about. Did I spell that wrong? Hollow GRFX. Shoe time. Game worn shoe cards. All right, this is interesting. Who said this? Padawan. All right, this is interesting. I have a couple of I like the Hollow GFX. I got a Kobe and a Shaq Hollow GFX. That's a pretty cool card. Jamal Mashburn, Jason Kidd, $200. Game worn shoe. Is that what this is? Oh man, look at how horrible that card is. That's a terrible condition. Scottie Pippen game used shoe trading card from the Upper Deck Company. On the front of this card is an authentic piece of a shoe used by Scottie Pippen in an NBA game. We hope you enjoy this piece of basketball history as we at the Upper Deck Company LLC continue to keep you as close as you can get. That is pretty dope. Richard McWilliam. Congratulations, you have received Scottie Pippen. Hey, that's kind of cool, man. I'm kind of digging this. $250 though. I'm not paying $250. I'm not paying $250 for that. I mean, that's cool. It's cool. I dig it. Just don't know that I'm paying $250 for it. Now this Kobe one? Piece of Kobe's shoe? Yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting. A piece of the shoe chunk is like falling out, but all right. Maybe take a little something, tuck that back in there, but that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I dig that. All right. What's everybody picking up? Shooter Sanders and Malachi Nelson upgrading my 87 Fleer sets. Nice. Putting together my whole sets. 11 out of 19 completed. There's Kobe and MJ in that set. Dang, dude, that's going to be a hell of a set to put together. Yeah, there's Jordan's right there. 4 bands for BGS 8. BGS 9 is 4,700, 6,700. That's interesting. And they're not numbered, are they? No, it doesn't look like it. They are not numbered. That's interesting. That is interesting. I always like anything Scottie Pippen in a Rockets jersey. That's kind of dope. That's pretty cool. Pippen in a Rockets jersey is always a fun thing to peep into. Guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button on the stream. It'll really help out. It will really, really help out. Yeah, I'm trying to pick up. Like I'm starting to get priced out of the Şengün sweepstakes. And my hope is that because I bought a lot of these at the $15, $10, $15, $20 range. And some of these slabs I bought in the $30, $40 range at the beginning of the kid's career. That soon enough I'll be able to move a lot of the inventory that I have in an effort to make a play on the flawless actual RPAs that are out there for Şengün. So that was one of my biggest gripes against Panini, is that like the next kid that like my next biggest PC player, there is essentially not a rookie patch auto that is available. Oh, wait a second. This is interesting. Ooh, hello, Dolly. But in this flawless, he actually has some RPA. That is actually one that is available right there. Let's take a look. I'm either gonna win it for this much, or I'm just gonna make somebody pay for it. There we go. All right, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right. Yeah, so that's kind of my move. That is kind of my move. Center Hill Cards, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's kind of the beauty of 99. Like, you really don't know what the rarity of that stuff was, because it's like none of it was numbered. So it's like, what are you gonna do? So it's like, do you have a 1 out of 10? Do you have a 1 out of 25? Who knows, right? Who knows? Nobody knows. Dun, 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 dun. All right, not really much new on the Şengün market. Not really a whole lot going on the Şengün market right now. All right, so with football right around the corner, what are you guys feeling? Who are you guys feeling? I think it was one every 288 packs. Because my Texans are an absolute dumpster fire. My Texans are a dumpster fire, and I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen. We'll see. CJ is obviously an unknown. We'll see how he does. Sports Card Radio, they must know something when they talk. You do have scammers and what? I'm assuming you mean fake people. Try to get over. It's that right. Trying to get over. It's that right. Who can you trust? Yeah, I mean, listen again, JR. There's absolutely bad players out there. Folks that are looking to take advantage of people. But there's a difference between somebody who makes a bad judgment call and somebody who's deliberately trying to scam someone. And I think that's where some of those lines get drawn. They get very blurry. And they get very blurry in the name of clicks and views, right? Depending on how much you blur that line, could land you some substantial attention and views, right? So that's kind of the whole thing there. Dun, 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 dun. Did DeAndre Hopkins ever sign with anybody? DeAndre Hopkins. Did he ever sign with anybody? Dun, 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 dun. He better not sign to the Titans. I'll get Andre Johnson to go over there and whoop his ass. Oh my God, he is absolutely signing with the Titans. You've got to be kidding me. That is boo-boo. That is absolute boo-boo. Are you guys familiar with the scrap between Cortland Finnegan and Andre Johnson? It's like one of the greatest moments in Houston sports history. This is the best. Yeah, I would have went Pats, Durs. I would have went Pats. That's me. That's just me. Anyone notice lately that these action houses have something fishy going on? High-end Jordan cards, they're selling double the recent comps. Really? That's interesting. Double the recent comps? Somebody's pumping. Somebody's pumping. But here's the thing. Jordan was 90s basketball. Who do you know that is a predominant 90s basketball card collector who owns one of the biggest grading companies in the space, who also happens to own one of the biggest auction houses in the space, who also happens to have a very, very large 90s basketball collection? I'll let you guys do the math on that. I'm just kidding, guys. Speculation. Medina, what's up, man? What's up? Slam Cam just sold for $22,000. Good God. Let's see. Jordan Slam Cam. That is not a $22,000 card. Was it? I mean, what? Are we talking? Which Slam Cam are we talking about? Because there's a couple of them. Oh, you must be talking about the Z-Force. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this guy's asking 28,000. PSA don't have an auction house. Padawan, please tell me you know the connection between PSA and Golden. Please tell me you're aware of that connection. If not, I highly suggest you Google it, buddy. Yeah, that's an interesting card. $22,000. Let's see. PWCC. I just bought a card from PWCC. I don't remember exactly what it was. Padawan. Really? Really? I know you're trolling me, but I'm not going to bite. I'm not going to take the bait. I'm not going to take the bait, Padawan. No, sign in. Sign in, not sign up. What's going on PWCC? It just takes me right back to my last, which is my Shingun, where I was looking for Shingun stuff. None of these patches matter. They're all... Ooh, it went unsold. Yeah, because it's not associated with any specific player, game, or event. It's dog poo-poo. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. We on PWCC, baby. What did I buy? I just bought something on PWCC. Let me see. What did I buy? Buying. What did I buy? I think it was a Lando. It was a Lando. That's right. I bought a Lando Norris rookie card for $25. Okay, cool. All right. I was trying to remember what I bought. I knew I bought something. Premiere. Let's see what Premiere. What's going on in their Premiere stuff. Can I look at sold items on PWCC? LeBron James. Most recent bid. Can I look at sold? I want to look at sold listings. How do I do that? How do I look at sold listings? See, like the fact that they have this nonsense here, like this eye appeal, I think is silly. Like you should, like a PSA 10 with an eye appeal. That's like kind of weird. I don't know. Walt Frazier sold for $250,000 and a PSA 10. That's interesting. That's interesting. I want to see sold items. How do I go to sold? Oh, that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Is PSA still at $15 a card? But this is for members only. So PSA is at $15 a card right now for 80s, I believe. It's only $80 a card. 7, I do not have the time nor the patience. I would be an absolute anxious mess trying to deal with other people's cards. I have a bad enough time as it is just trying to deal with my cards, let alone handling group submissions. It would really suck. He's saying hit the weekly button. All right, let's see what's up there. And then what do we do? Sort by. Browse on top, then sold listings. Browse, and then sold listings. Where do you see sold listings? Oh, PWC sales history. Okay. Okay. Oh, we can do some filtering here. Sort by category. I want to look at some basketball. Let's just look at basketball. That's an interesting price, $750. Dang, $15 for that Larry Bird. That's 88. 24 bucks on that Jordan right there. I mean, that is a good. What could have possibly gone wrong with this card that it got an 8? What could have possibly gone wrong with that card that it got an 8? Oh, come on. No, it won't let me see it. Okay. Anyway. PSA 9s of this card, $15. Man, it is not worth it to grade 90s basketball. It is just not. Here's another one. PSA 10 looks almost identical to the one that they gave a PSA 9 to, which is weird. But look at the price difference. $175 versus $24. Man, that PSA 10 premium is, you get taxed for it. 2 of them that sold specifically for the same price. PSA 9, $30. Some interesting stuff on here. Zion still selling. Hey, $10 is still $10. $10 is still $10. Somebody actually bought a Yusuf Nurkic rookie. That's interesting. Yeah, I agree. 22,000 on that Slam Cam is nuts. I'm just trying to find out where it happened. It had to have been a PSA 10. I mean, it had to have been. I just don't understand how. I mean, what am I missing here? What am I missing here? $600 in a PSA 9. That's a $600 card. Where did we get 22,000 from? BGS 9.5 does around 3K. So you're telling me that a PSA 10 is going to do what, 10x, 9x? That's insane. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. I mean, here's one right here, $7,500. That one sold 6 months ago. You're telling me this same card sold for $22,000? That's insane. Something's funky with that. Somebody's pumping these. There's just no way that that's possible. I mean, that's already a crazy set to begin with. Yeah, no, good call, David. I mean, that's yeah, there's definitely something funky there. No doubt about it. And that one, yeah, that was a PSA 10. You know what's funny is that, like, and we'll end on this because I'm gonna wrap it up. But what's funny is that yeah, I agree. And that's something, Padawan, that's something that me and JD are talking about all the time, is how 90s basketball is, more importantly, 90s inserts. I think people are starting to realize like how hard it was to pull some of that shit. And like it's starting to, people are starting to take notice, especially with modern and ultra modern, like really tanking. People are really starting to kind of take a look at things. But things like this $22,000 sale. I mean, that's weird. I want to find that. I need to find that. Yeah, there it is. 18945 179. 18945 179. Guys, if it's the same exact, it's the same one. It's the same one. Okay. 18945 179, sold in January for $7,500. And what you're telling me, is that this one, the same one, 18945 179, just sold for 22,800? Nah. I don't believe it. Something's funky there. Something is definitely funky there. You want to talk about something you shouldn't be trusting, is these damn auction houses. That's weird. Somebody it says report a problem. Yeah, there's a problem here. All right. 18945 179. I'm going to screenshot this real quick. Sold today. for 22,000. Yeah, that's weird, man. Something ain't right there. Something ain't right at all. The same exact card. The same exact card that sold earlier this year for 7,500. Now what? Tripled in value? Get out of here. Tripled in value. No way. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. Can you imagine how many oh, listen to this. The National is what? A couple weeks away or a week away? Next week, right? What better way to pull up to the National with a PSA 10 of this card ready to sell and then pulling up the last comp of $22,000? Come on, man. Come on, man. There's no way. There is just no way. It's a good looking card, though. Definitely a good looking card. Ain't worth no $22,000. For $22,000, you could probably get a really nice Jordan autograph. Hobby's just not making sense no more, guys. All right, we'll end it on that. If you haven't hit the like button on the live stream yet, please do so. You know, I will. I was gonna say that I'm gonna try to do a better job of like planning these live streams out, but the way my life is, I just don't have that luxury. Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. But I'll try to give you guys as much forewarning as possible. As absolutely possible. Yeah, so yeah, sorry about that. I am absolutely terrible. I don't plan things out. You know, I fly by the seat of my pants, man. That's how a lot of stuff gets done. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. Those of you that gave a super chat, I appreciate that a lot. You guys don't have to do that. Always appreciated though. And got some good videos coming out this week. Hopefully my Arena Club submission will hit at some point this week. So we'll do a little review on that, and then we're gonna start the trade up challenge between me and JD, where we're gonna see who can make the most money and trade up to the best cards on Arena. Should be a fun little thing. We're gonna document that on the podcast, as well as I'll do some videos here and there on it, and then we're just gonna try to cover a bunch of stuff. So I hope you guys have a great week next week. I got a busy week, business wise and work wise and kid wise, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some premium stock. I might buy another box of the cello packs. Those are always fun to open. It's a cheap, bulky rip where you rip a lot of stuff for cheap, and you can potentially get some pretty cool stuff too. Anyway, all right, thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate y'all as always. I love y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.